Hey guys, welcome to Paranormal Unplugged. I'm Kevin, this is Dave, Steve down at the end, and we have a special guest tonight, and this is Jim. So, how are y'all doing tonight, guys?
Doing fine. Figuring this all out. We got the new studio up and running.
So we want to ensure, can you hear us first of all? Because we got this new Tascam Mixcast 4 studio up and running, and we want to make sure
We want to run the
we've
banners
done
on the
everything
vinyl.
and dotted the I's and crossed the T's.
So, if anybody's out there, I've got one viewer, so if you can hear us, just give us a shout out there and let us know that you can hear us, so make sure everything's up and running.
Okay.
All right. So, what are we talking about tonight, guys?
Checking something out here. Hold on one second. It's a new studio. Where's the banner?
4.
Oh, is that what you got on the bottom there?
This is the banner right here.
Oh, okay. No, I thought we had the scrolling banner on. That's why.
Well, if it's longer, we do. Like, say this one.
That's the one I'm looking for. All
There
right.
you go.
Okay.
All right, guys.
All right. We are up. New studio we're using. Can you guys hear us all right? We
Eric
just want to make
says
sure.
he can hear us just fine.
Okay, perfect.
All right.
Excellent.
All right. So what's the subject tonight, dear Davey?
Yeah, Dave.
Well, I think we need to talk about, at least to start with, haters.
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 Okay.
Haters.
Okay.
Those people who are so desperate for attention that they think they're going to get it by putting everybody else down and, attacking other people to try and make themselves seem important. I think at one point in our careers, as far as the paranormal goes, every one of us has experienced that.
Mm-hmm.
I know, Steve, you had a large scale problem with that. Jim and I were casualties of that. And I'm sure, Kevin, you were out in California for all those years, so I'm sure you got plenty of them.
Oh yeah.
You're conservative in California, so.
Conservative. Ghost hunting conservative? Hey.
Exactly. So I think we should let you start off because, you had the large scale attack.
Well, I was attacked by people that were actually removed from our event,
Right.
and you get removed. You're removed for a reason. That's why. So that's what happened. And they all teamed up, and they figured to come up with a lie, and they put that lie out there. They went up to the attorney general with it and said that we were taking money from the charity, and then we had to go through all that. Hey, but the best thing, what was good about that? We were audited by the attorney general, which you can't get audited by anyone better, right?
Absolutely.
Which proved our charity is legit. Which was the best thing that ever happened to us, because now I said to the attorney general, what's stopping them from coming back and doing it again and pulling lies, and why aren't they getting arrested for lying, right? And there's other things I can't talk about, but he just turned around and said, right now, he says, you're totally legit. All the paperwork came back perfect.
There was one mistake.
Yeah,
You didn't
it was
pay yourself.
Yeah. Well, we sent all the paperwork up, and then they came back and they said, we had said to them that why didn't we get April's, the last one, 2020, back? And he we were supposed to hear by April, and then here. So May I contacted up there. I said, what's going on? Is there an issue with our paperwork? And he goes, yeah, there is an issue. I'm like, okay, what did we screw up on? We screw up on something? He goes, no, there's something missing. I said, what's missing? He goes, well, you guys took money from your store. Oh, what's that? Came on there. Why?
Somebody liked our video.
Oh, so he goes, there's money missing, and the money that's missing is from your store. You guys took the money, bought your shirts from your store for the bash, and you never paid yourselves back. So we donated that money, Pam and I. Legally, we donated that money that for the shirts that we were supposed to pay ourselves back, and we never did. So, but that went on for a while. I mean, they tried taking us down, and that's what happens in this field. People get angry with other people. They try taking you down. That's it.
And, as a result of that whole issue you were having with a gentleman from a different part of the country, we'll say,
Yeah.
that will remain unnamed because we don't want to get sued for libel or slander or anything like that. Because Jim and I stood behind you and backed you guys and said, this is all made up lies to try and take down a good cause. We were then attacked.
Jim's like,
My sister-in-law was evidently came across a post by said individual, and she goes, "Do you know you have a hater?" I said, "Don't worry, he's been disreputed."
Yeah, actually tried to break up my marriage, actually. Saying that I was having liberties with team members, which was obviously not true, but
So I can watch myself around you again?
But you know what? I was doing a podcast the other night, and one of the themes we talked
Kev,
about.
can you bring your mic up a little closer to
Oh,
Jim so I
sure.
can hear?
One of the themes we talked about was in the field, the negative energies in that do work against us. I mean, if you think about it, all the information, a lot of things, people, their reputations on the line. A lot of times, there's an inherent thing that's constant in the field to sort of knock things down. And I think some of that is to prevent us from advancing too much in the field and discovering too much. I don't know if it's deliberate from the
Right.
other side or whatever, but it's part of that struggle between good and bad. It just is, and it's very apparent in our field.
Yeah.
And it's just part of it.
There's always going to be the downside to everything that you're going to do. There's always somebody out there that's trying to work on whatever you did good. They're trying to make you look bad. No matter how much you put out there and how much effort you do for good, you could give the world peace and there's still be somebody there trying to knock you down.
Well, Kevin, you're from Cali. So how was it on the West Coast? Do you see more drama on the East Coast than you did on the West Coast in the paranormal? Or?
Well, the East Coast is a lot more compact than the West Coast.
Okay.
The West Coast, everything's kind of spread out. So you saw it, but you didn't see it as much as you see it here. Since being out here, seeing all the stuff that you guys have gone through, it's just amazing to me. I mean, I saw parts of it. I saw things that happened to me out there, and just seeing the stuff that goes on out here is like, what the heck? Don't anybody have anything good to say about anybody? Why do they have to attack people? It doesn't make sense to me. And that's something it's just going to be, as I found out now, it's just in the field because you have these people out here just want to make themselves look better than the other person. And that's sad. That's the saddest thing I've seen so far being involved in everything out here on the East Coast. The West Coast, there's drama in everything you do.
High gas prices too.
Yeah, high gas prices.
Well, honestly, I think part of it too is these people don't want to do the work. So they're going to wait for you to do all the legwork, and then they're going to try and put you down and pick up where you left off.
Yeah.
I think that's part of it.
Take over places you investigated, and people are just like, oh, yeah. I found this here, but they didn't actually find it. Somebody else found it for them. But they're taking it as their own, and that's sad. That's just really saddening to see because I enjoy going out and investigating and finding things. And I think it's great that everybody can just talk about it and say, hey, I found this here. Well, hey, that might not be exactly what you think it is. It might be something else, but not turn around and say, oh, this person, they found this and they're faking it.
Jim, you're spiritual mainly. So do you think the spiritual aspect is leaving the field more, or you think it's gaining more in the field?
I actually think it's gaining. I really do. And I think it's most everybody is of the opinion the veil's probably as thin as it's ever been right now.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of reasons for that. A lot of people think we're in latter days or that we're coming into that critical time of the earth. But I think the veil's thin. I think those people who are sensitive in any capacity are finding their skills or their abilities heightened. But with that, and I mean, this is something I've always battled, and I know you and Pam are in touch with so many gifted and wonderful people who are very willing to share and help others. And it seems everybody goes through some kind of personal crisis where you're wondering, about your abilities or your energies. And none of this is automatic. I mean, I always worry when I sit down to do a table session, it might be the wrong combination of people at the table. It might be somebody present. It's just such a negative concept that you just come up against. I mean, I have no control over it. I have no control over whether or not I'm going to see something or hear something. Sometimes you do, and sometimes you're sharp as a tack. But it's not anything you can just turn on, turn off. And so you're always going to have doubters. I think if somebody's coming in on a scorecard, who the hell knows how you're going to score? Sometimes Spirit's very sensitive and very open. And I mean, sometimes it amazes me the detail we're able to get.
Mm-hmm.
And then sometimes it's like you're grasping for straws. That's just the nature of the beast. But I think the spirituality of it all is really increasing right now and sort of getting away. I know I was reviewing a bunch of our tapes and recordings for my presentation Friday. I just couldn't believe all this stuff, but it was neat to see the metamorphosis of like when Dave and I first got out on the fields and picked up a stray voice here and there. And finally, here we were in some sessions having like 3 or 4 minute conversations with the same entity.
And you guys had a unique way of doing things. You and Dave, what you did was you took a Tascam MK3 and you were putting it out there. And when you were doing your Phasma box session, you were getting stuff through that too. Am I correct?
Yeah.
And then when you played it back later, you go, "Wow, we didn't hear that before," but it's
Yeah.
right on the
We
recorder.
recorded every Phasma box session because that way it's a double bonus. You're recording everything that's coming across the Phasma box. So in case it came too fast or the reverb was a little too much to pick up exactly what they said, we could always play it back and listen.
Right.
Plus,
Absolutely.
you're getting your straight standalone EVPs picked up on the Tascam.
Right.
So, we were getting stuff that we don't remember hearing that through the Phasma box. Well, this is a standalone EVP.
Because Jim would call me up and say, "Hey, Steve, we ain't gonna believe this. We didn't hear this last night." And he'd play it, and it was like crystal. It was like a full sentence.
Yeah.
No, it's weird. It's been happening to me the past couple nights. Is I've been sleeping I sleep with the CPAP like you do. Well, again, it went for a week. The 1 week I told you the nozzle thing with the hose clips on, I woke up with it off. And it was just, the machine was off. There was no, now I don't know if it automatically shuts off after a certain time. It does?
If it unplugs and doesn't detect the seal, it'll shut off.
Okay, so
At
that's how
least
it's going to
mine
shut off.
does.
But you got to pinch that to get that off. So I don't know
Yeah.
if I'm lying on it and somehow it's pinching. I don't know. But last night was really weird because I fell asleep, had it on, woke up with like someone had tightened the straps on the CPAP really tight on my head. It was like giving me a headache. So I pull it off. And after I pulled it off, I got the chills. I was like freezing. I was like shaking, like I had a fever. And I didn't have no fever or nothing. I was just freezing. And it wasn't that cold in the room. I mean, I was like, what the heck? It felt like I was in a freezer. So I'm just wondering, is something coming over and clipping it on me or something? It tightened my thing while I'm sleeping. I need a camera in my room, I think.
Yeah, we're going to pick up Pam going,
Right there on my head.
It's like little tight, little tight.
You see this, right?
All of a sudden the pillow comes
Pillow over my face.
It wasn't Pam. She was sound asleep.
So I got stuff I gotta get done. I got a lot of stuff I gotta get done yet.
"Yeah."
I ain't my EVPs over to Eric yet. I just reminded myself on that. But yeah, so that's weird that's happened. So I don't know if it's enhanced from what we've been doing in the house. if something's gotten in here and likes messing with me.
Well,
Or what?
Brittany said Saturday when she was in here and walking around getting her in front, she said we had 16 entities she picked up. And one of them was a new one. Josh is the name. And evidently he's a Civil War soldier. It's not that he's evil or that, but he's pretty pissed off. He's pretty negative in the sense that
Jaded.
Yeah. But so that'd be interesting. That's a new name to us.
Yeah, we never had Josh.
Depending what side of the war he was
Union.
on. Oh, he was Union.
He was Union.
Right.
Ah.
Any
Well-
questions on there?
No, feel
Right.
free to ask questions, guys.
Yeah, pop in and just
Um,
ask away.
When Steve does his reenactment, does he do Union or Confederate?
Both.
Okay.
He's got uniforms for both. And talking of which, if you'd like some evening, if we got free, he's got access to that museum any night. So we can just scoot up there
Yeah, he's got a key
in the
down.
evening,
Yeah.
go in there, and that's pretty interesting because there's a lot of energies with all those artifacts that they've discovered. We had I didn't know if you were aware, this is on Friday night. We were working with Catherine, the new table, and Steve was set up that something was an energy connected with the sword. One of the reenactors had given him the
Yeah,
sword.
that sword. Yeah, I saw him come in with it.
And evidently, the sword stems from 1847. It was used in the Texas War. But then those same instruments were used in the Civil War, the Southern sword. And so I've got one hand on Catherine, and then I got one hand on the sword. The sword's moving all over the place. It was crazy.
Sort of like that bucket when we touched the bucket.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And with that, it came out. It said Joshua E., Captain Joshua E. And then on the Phasma box, which we were running, a male voice came out and said, the last name Scott. And then something came out, and it was 1st Maryland Cavalry. So we had Captain Joshua E. Scott, 1st Maryland Cavalry. So Steve, when we finished the set, he went downstairs, and I guess on his phone, he's got an app. He can look up Southern records. And sure enough, there was a J.E. Scott, 1st Captain, Maryland 1st Cavalry. And they fought up here at
Monterey Pass.
Monterey Pass.
Wow.
Dang.
So you think that spirit's attached to Steve and followed him down here? So it's a little hike to come from there to the Hoover House.
Well, and I was wondering if that's what who Joshua is. Steve, by his own acknowledgement, had an attachment and has been bugging him. And that's why he wants to get baptized and all that. And I'm just wondering if somehow that Joshua that's now supposedly present in the house was the attachment on him.
Well, I'm glad we're going to attachments next because how do you know when one's got an attachment to them?
Boy, that's a good one. I mean, I'm even thinking I've got something now from the weekend.
I'm sitting over here.
Start moving away. back, yeah.
There was a lot.
We need a young priest and an old priest.
Yeah.
So
Well,
you're trying to say Klingons?
I saw Pam Zion. I was getting an exorcist.
I felt bad for Pam this weekend. I mean, she
Oh, that was
used the wipe to get her makeup out, and I guess it gave her a chemical burn. The wipe she used, and her eye was like Rocky Balboa. I mean, it looks like someone went,
Cut me,
Hey.
Steve. Cut
yeah.
me.
So, but she's good now. Her eye's back to normal, thank God.
Yeah, but that's a great question. I mean, a lot of times we'll rely on someone with some psychic abilities or whatever, maybe to pick up an attachment. I generally just notice it's like when I get an attachment, I get a very strong resistance in wanting to get involved with spirit, sort of like, repelled. And I'm just not myself. It's like there's some kind of blockade there or something interfering with the normal impulses I get.
Quick question before we get too far into this.
Right.
With Steve having access to the museum,
Okay. Yeah.
how difficult would it be to take the show on the road do the show from the museum and then do an investigation after.
Fine, unless we have a good Wi-Fi.
Yeah, we have good internet.
We got to get internet. We can just bring the whole stereo. We can bring everything up. Yeah, there's not a problem doing it from there.
All right.
We can do it anywhere. We can do it at Bash even.
Yeah.
We're
Well,
gonna-
we're going to.
We're
Yeah.
gonna do it at the Bash. That'd be-
And Stacy says, is it an attachment or a follower?
True.
Now, define the two different. That I'm not.
Stacy, will define that for us, Stace. Can we? When you send Stacy a link, we'll pop her up. Stacy, you mind coming on? Send her a link anyway, and she clicks on it. She can come on. She'll pop right on back studio. Stace, we're gonna send you a link.
do this one here.
Where's invite?
Yeah. Invite. There we go.
Copy. And
We're figuring this out, folks.
Now, I'm going to tell you right now, there's an energy in the room since we started the broadcast.
message.
We had one last weekend.
There's an energy in here now.
The dress was moving, and I kept hearing somebody walking up behind him. And I was sitting right where you're saying.
Oh, and Friday night, we had some form of animal wandering
Hold on,
around on
hold
the
on.
floor. I mean, 4 or 5 people saw it. I saw it once, but the one grew in the corner, so I've been watching it all night. It would just look like a black streak. Just
Was that the other night you're talking about when you were in here?
Friday night?
Friday night? Yeah.
Yeah. Something was running around in here. But since we started broadcasting, something's come in here.
I'm sure they're watching, trying to figure out what we're gonna do.
Okay, watch where you sent her the link.
Well, she's gonna send me her email, and I'm gonna send her the link through that.
Oh, okay. So as we wait for Stacy anyway, where was I? I got
Talking about
sidetracked.
attachments.
Yeah.
Attachments.
Yeah, because I was always wondering how you can tell if someone has one. If, they get angry or they
I was always told that somebody's
more hostile, you think?
They're always hostile. They're always in a funky mood. They're always.
But not, well, I don't think all attachments are mean.
No,
I mean,
no,
you can have a nice attachment to you, I would think, right?
absolutely. But
Um,
it will, even a nice attachment will drain your energy.
yeah.
That's one thing.
And Pam said there was a man talking as she came out of the laundry room a couple nights ago.
She did, yeah. As a matter of fact, she did. And she actually had me come up. Actually, it was last night, Pam. She had me come up and check the
I felt
stairs.
something. It's
Oh,
Chucky.
Chucky came to visit.
Chucky's like, I'm here.
So what she did was she went downstairs and she was serious. She's like, Steve, I think I heard someone upstairs and someone might have left the side door open on the fire escape. And I'm like, nah, no one who unlocked that. And so she said, I'm serious. I heard something. I'm like, all right. So I come up here and I check it and it's locked. And I said, the place is haunted. but she Pam will not sleep if she's not secure. She make sure there's nothing in the house here that snuck in or something. You got the two balconies. You got the crazy hotel.
Sure, yeah.
So you never know who could pop in and stuff like that. But
I do like this room, though. I mean, I know we always do the parlor. The parlor is a strong area, but there's something special about this room.
well,
too.
when we first came here, you got your first EVP in this room.
Yeah,
This is the room where he says, "Is the deal done yet?" Is what he
yeah. I
said.
actually came across that in doing my reviews.
Did you really? Yeah.
Yeah.
What was your question? What did you ask them? Did they get that
I
in?
just introduced myself. I heard you guys with the
realtor.
builders. They're on the other side, and so I just said, introduced myself. I said, we're thinking of trying to purchase this building, and I said, if any of you spirits are around, I'd love you to come forward, introduce yourself, or say hi. Anything I can do for you, and that's when the voice replied with,
Yeah.
has the deal been done yet?
He came running to me. So you got to hear this. You got to hear this. And he played it, and it was crystal clear. It was crystal clear.
At least you know it was meant to be then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows that whatever came through to anybody else?
No.
That's the whole thing. So I mean,
And then Jerry Swope saw that guy sitting in the other parlor, when there was still some tables and that set up like from the restaurant. And he saw a guy sitting there in period, looking in from the front porch.
Dave, you figured it out yet?
She
You're fired.
Text me.
Dave, what do we tell you about that?
You're fired, Dave. He fired you. So,
Well, that's great that you're able to have that the first day you guys came in here, looking around, have an EVP come through like that, because that gives you a nice security feeling that you're doing the right thing. It's like when we bought our house here. We looked at 3 houses in town, and the house we bought was the second house. We looked up a house up the street, came back. I said, "Can we look at the house again?" And I walked in and I looked around, and all of a sudden I got this cold chill. I said, "This is it. This is it. This was the house." And our house has been great. I mean, it's been a great move. Very happy in the area and happy with the house. I mean, it's something I would not change. It was meant to happen at this point in time in our lives,
right.
to have this place. I mean, we had a brand new house out in California. It was only, I think, 10 years old. It was built from the ground up. You know what? Now we have a house that's close to 100 years old. That's okay. It's great. It's something neat to have.
There we go.
I like having the older
Would you
stuff.
move back?
To California?
Yeah.
Does pig fly? No, I would never move to California again. I'm sorry. That's something that would never happen. It's too chaotic out there. It's gotten worse and worse. So here it's nice. It's you got so much history and so much to hear. And I mean, I'm just amazed at, because I didn't know at the time when we moved here that what happened in Waynesboro. I mean, I didn't know the whole bunch of the history. And
They
how
held
it
this
started.
town for 15 days.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Confederates did.
And that's just amazing to have that, because you figure all the stuff that went on in this town,
Mhm.
and then figuring how close you are to the border. I mean, that's just amazing in itself. I mean, I hate going across the border, but but sometimes you have
When you go down the street on Potomac, you just cross about 4 or 5 miles down. It's not Mexico, buddy.
No, I know it's not.
It's Maryland.
Well,
It's Maryland.
It's California. It's California, Maryland.
Yeah,
Not far from.
Yeah, a little far, buddy.
You want to be California?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh God, what people think?
Okay, sending her the link.
Okay,
now.
yeah. So I want to see how she's. But the difference is to her a follower and an attachment. So Stacy is a psychic, so she will let us know what the difference is, because I'd like to know myself.
Get some insight here tonight.
Yeah, get some.
We're trying to change
Should be
it.
one of our first guests, actually.
Yeah.
Come think about it. Besides Jim.
We're trying to change things up a little bit since we got this new Tascam Mixcast
Studio.
studio.
So
It's got a lot more stuff on it. Steve can bleep us out like crazy.
if someone's looking for a podcast studio, this Mixcast 4 is awesome. You can use gaming headphones on this, but you can only use it as one pair, so only one person can use it. It has 4 XLR mics that can go in, 4 headphones. You can pawns down here, so you can use sound effects, jingles, whatever you want. Is she coming on? Just let me know when she's on the back.
I'll
Let's
let
do
you.
it. Then do the next one. Same thing.
I didn't see what you did.
It's already
So
done,
it has, I can have 64 sound effects actually on this one. I can just play a couple real quick, like we have this one.
That's what it is.
Like,
Hold your fire!
so all these sound effects we can play with. Not only that, what the Mixer 4 does, which a lot of studios don't do, you can record your show and then you can put it on your Facebook, your Instagram, your TikTok, whatever. And it'll put it in an audio file, and then you just upload it to your site, Facebook, Instagram, whatever you want to put on. You won't have the video, but you'll have the audio.
I'm going to run the Ovilus on this. It's, whatever it is, it's building.
Oh, you're gonna check and see if something comes through
Really
already?
building, yeah.
What's going on? You can't get it over there.
Well, I gotta set the email up first.
What do you got going?
What's there a way just to send her a link and it would just click her in?
Yeah, but I gotta send it through the email.
Oh, No, I thought you could just click on her name on the side and it clicks on.
No.
It's been so long since I did StreamYard. It's been 5 years.
It used to be two tin cans for Steve and the string.
Don't want to bore people right now. Just like we're trying to get Stacy on. Hold on, we'll get her on.
Technical difficulties have not come through yet.
Yeah, I'm going to go in self-destruction mode. Hold on.
Self-destruction sequence initiated.
Not me, it's your computer, my friend.
Yeah.
You see, it's supposed to have sent me a code, which I haven't gotten, that I need to set this up.
Sign it another way.
Maybe it's a code they probably just sent me, Dave. Hold on a minute.
No, it sent it to my thing.
Oh,
What you mean?
What? See, email.
hold on, folks.
Got a lot of things coming through there.
See?
Yeah, you sent it to yourself because I don't have it on mine.
Right, but it hasn't come through yet. That's the problem.
Do you have a 4-digit code that you have?
Me, no.
Do you have like a passcode on your phone?
On my phone, yeah.
Or do you have a passcode on your email?
Probably come to your messenger, Dave. Your message like this. Hold on.
Hey,
Hang on.
doorbell. Who's here?
Someone's here.
Somebody's
Okay,
here.
I can do
Uh-oh.
this.
You know what that means? They come for the warrant.
See, we're figuring all this out, folks.
Messenger, see, it won't let me
Bear with
pull
us,
up
huh?
Messenger for some reason.
Thought they would have this all down packed by now.
Yeah, that's me.
Studio is working fine over here, but the laptop person,
No, the laptop person is working very hard. It's the laptop that's not working.
It's not a tablet
it's
dance.
a brand new laptop.
Do. You still online? Yeah.
Yeah, we're still in line.
Just have Stacy come through. She can type to us what the
Okay.
difference is. It's not working for some reason.
Yeah, I know, Stacy. That's what I tried to do, but Messenger isn't pulling up is the problem. See, if I hit invite,
Right.
copy,
Go into Messenger. Or
right,
Yeah.
hit Messenger,
it's not letting you in. Okay.
right.
That's because it's running.
So then, if I click on the actual Messenger, it brings me to this. There we go.
Now you
Now, paste
and
and
send.
send.
There we
Okay.
go.
So now we should have
Yeah.
Stacy coming on.
It wasn't coming up. You saw it.
Yeah, it's all Jim's fault.
There's Jim playing with his Ovilus over there. You
La-
interfered with it.
Last week we had no guests. Everything worked fine.
Dang.
We're gonna have bugs. We're gonna have bugs here and there. We'll get the bugs out.
Somebody's tired about my ears are ringing.
Okay. So Stacy, you should have gotten through Messenger a link to click on.
Here she comes.
That'll bring
There
her
she
in.
is.
All right, so we're gonna bring her on now.
Add the stage.
There she is.
Hello.
Great.
Hello.
Can we hear her?
It is very weird how
We
streaming.
can't
Your
hear
volume- very low with your volume, Stace.
Okay, hold on. Maybe I need to plug in my mic. I wasn't prepared for any of this. You can't
Still
hear me at
you,
all.
Stace.
Maybe we need to turn up the volume somehow.
No, we're good here. Hold on.
Okay.
Everything up.
She's plugging her microphone in, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is.
Here, now I hear you coming in.
Can you hear me coming in now?
There we go.
Because I'd have to turn my light off to plug my microphone in and do a whole bunch of crap. So
Okay.
Deaf people in China can hear you now.
Yeah, we heard you. You like blew us out.
You're down there?
All right,
Okay.
so now that
Oh,
we're
I
good.
can't hear anymore. No.
so we can hear me or we cannot.
An attachment and a follower.
Okay. So it's my belief that, and not just mine, many others, their belief is that there you have, when you go to do investigations, you go to different places, like there's spirits that follow you home. Like when I go do Moundsville, like I always have a spirit that follows me home, and they don't stay around for long. They just kind of follow you around. They want to check things out. There's something, I believe there might be some emotional things going on with you that they relate to. So they kind of not attach. I don't use that word. They just kind of follow you, but then they eventually go back to where they belong. An attachment is something that is connected to your aura field, and you have to have someone to help you get rid of. And then you have possession, which is demonic. So that is like, or negative entities. You don't want to call it demonic. You don't have to call it demonic, but that is my belief. There's like 3 different types. I've had followers come home with me all the time, and then I'll have some activity around my house for a little bit, and they're just here. I think a lot of people have like little followers and stuff. So
Okay.
does that make sense?
Can we, before we get into that, we got to take our commercial break.
Okay.
So we're going to go ahead and do our quick commercial break, and then we'll come back and get Stacy to elaborate.
Okay. Pop her behind the stage.
Urban Edge, a distinctive edge your tattoo needs.
And we're back.
And Stacy is back.
There she is.
Okay. So did you guys understand what I said, or do you want me to go over it again about the attachments and followers?
No, I think we got that part down. I think you were starting to elaborate on how to get rid of them and things like that.
Yeah, so followers will go by itself. They will. They'll just leave by themselves. They'll finally just kind of go back to wherever they went to, I believe. And I think it's like part of their spirit energy follows you. But for like spiritual attachments, anybody who does energy work, I think, can help remove that. I have had people on my table doing energy work that have just some attachments, and you can do some cleansings and many different modalities to kind of get rid of that. Demonic possessions or very negative energies will take more. That will take something like a priest or, someone who has a lot of different, sorry, my phone and my email just went off at the same time. A lot of different, it has more connection to the Holy Spirit or spiritual connections, if that makes sense.
It does. It does.
Okay.
So, what have you run into the most of, Stacy?
Followers.
Followers?
Like, I think a lot of people will say, oh, I have an attachment, and it is a follower, and it is like say you go in to do an investigation. Say like you've had a recent breakup and you go into an investigation and your heart is open, or you're just not feeling connected to yourself. You have a lot of emotional stuff going on. You're going to go in there, and spirits, they're going to draw from that energy. You don't have enough protections in place. So they're going to draw from that energy, and then they're going to kind of like follow you home, or maybe even attach. I do think like if you don't cleanse and prayer, however you want to put it, at the end of investigations, that follower can turn into an attachment. They can just get stuck. And I do believe it's all emotional based.
Okay.
Jim's concentrating on something over there.
There's something that's really working on me here. I'm trying
Jim,
to-
there is something I've been like, as soon as I came on and I saw you, like, it does feel like there's just something on you. And I was actually talking to Jim Houston tonight too. And he's not doing well either this weekend at the Hoover House. Not that I don't think anything bad is there. Sometimes people can bring things in. The Hoover House has nothing bad that I've ever seen, but someone might have brought something in. So I do feel, Jim, like we might need to get you on the Reiki table or something.
Yes, as soon as we started the broadcast, something started affecting me, and then as we've gone on, it really gotten strong. But I'm trying to get an ID on it. It's not bad. I mean, I don't think it's any, like you said, It's not bad, but God, it pulls your damn energy like crazy.
Seems like the same room though. This is where Jim Houston was up here in this room, and he was getting
Yeah,
chest
he had
pains.
to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you feeling like chest pain, heart stuff?
Yeah.
Well,
Mhm.
I was talking to Jim today. I feel like Eleanor, right? Eleanor, that's her name.
Yeah.
Sue had the heart attack. Yeah.
It's close to her, like the I guess death anniversary. Her death anniversary was like February, like this time of year. So we feel like she might be trying to reach out. And that could be all it is. Maybe we need to talk to her. Maybe we need to do something to try to directly, like, hey, do you have a message?
Ira
for
went the same way, didn't he?
No, one was
one
a
had-
stroke, one was a heart attack.
Oh, okay.
Maybe we need to think about finding out her exact day of passing, and maybe the weekend before, weekend after, should it fall during the weekday, maybe do an event to
Yeah.
celebrate the life of her.
And I'm wondering if that's what it was, because we were there celebrating Holly,
Right.
a memorial for her, and she's like, "What about me? What about me?" And that's what I'm feeling like right now. She's like, "Okay,
Yeah.
someone celebrate me."
Good point.
Mhm.
Concentrate on that. You may be on something there.
Yeah. Never know.
Huh.
Chuckles, what are you doing up here?
Yeah, because she's
Oh, Chucky! Is it my Chuckies?
He snuck under the table and jumped up on my lap. He wanted to be with me.
That's the producer.
Yeah, he's making sure everything. He says, "Since you guys can't get everything right, I'll get it right for you." That's what he says. I'll just pull this button over here, and he said to Kevin,
You're fired.
So,
Chucky.
Thought we had
Why?
something.
Yeah, I thought we were friends.
what was that EVP there?
Okay,
Huh?
so she died on February 7th, 1954.
Okay.
So maybe
yeah,
the weekend before or after, we'll have to do a celebration
Yeah.
of her life.
Yeah, because she was she's still instrumental in helping vet the
Her and
energies
Ira,
stuff.
yeah.
But
I'm
you know
pretty sure
that's
that-
even diminished though. Somebody else is in here now doing a large part of the vetting. Now they may be working underneath Ira and Eleanor and stuff, but there's someone else in here doing the vetting, and I'm not sure.
Well,
who
yeah,
it is.
Her birthday was February 13th, 1901. So her anniversary of her death,
Death
and
and
the anniversary of her
close.
birthday are within the same week.
Okay, so very similar.
Yeah.
That's
so
weird.
And she was 53 years old.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
That's young.
Yeah.
yeah, even for the 50s, it was
Yeah,
young.
that was young. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I died at 53.
You know, Stacy, a weird tie-in.
Wait, there we go. You died at 53. You had your experience at 53. She died at 53.
I shot back 53
Yeah.
times. 53. It's a number. We need to look
That's
that
the number. Pam, what's that spiritual? What's that angel number? What is that? Not? And Pam knows more about numerology than I do. That would be 8. It would be 8 if you
Sounds
5
like
plus 3 is
you
8.
can play that in the pick 4. 53, 53.
We're going to go play the lottery, spiritual lottery today.
That's right.
I'll go back to that again. I'll pass.
When I was doing my residency, we had our head of cardiology at the hospital I worked at, right in the middle of the CC unit, had a massive heart attack and died. As he hit the floor, he was gone. That's how massive it was. And shortly after that, one of the technicians comes running in, and he's asking me, "What's Dr. Carty's birth? What's Dr. Carty's birthday?" I said, "I don't know." And then he's telling me just died. So he ran and he got his records. He played that number on the lottery and hit that night.
Oh,
Man.
Yeah.
I had taken Dylan over to the Eisenhower today to make sure we can fit the mechanical bull in certain spots and stuff like that. And I played the machine and put my first 20 in, won like $6 or $8. That was it. And then I, of course, played it, lost it, put another 20 in, and then won all my money back. Plus $5. So that was a good day for getting your money back and everything else. But that was cool. But I think, I don't know, if someone could bring something in here.
That's
Living
what I'm
here, I thought I
feeling.
would. There's
I'm
weird
sorry.
things happening in here lately, Stace. A lot of stuff that's happening that I'm really noticing. I was just mentioned before you came on about CPAP. Feels like someone's disconnecting my hose because you got to clip it. Dave knows, he wears one. You got to clip that hose onto your CPAP. It clips on. And you got to pull the 2 tabs back, not just one. You got to pull them both to make that actually come off. And twice it's come off, and it's not loose because I'll put it on, I'll pull on it, and don't come off. And last night I felt like someone took the straps because I got a full head thing. Like someone
Yeah.
tightened the straps around my ears, and I woke up. I was like, "Man, my head's in pain." So I just took the thing off, and then I got freezing cold. It was just like I was in a freezer.
So, Steve, like I need to ask you this because I felt a couple times like, do you feel like something's attached to you? Do you feel like something's been with you for a while?
I'm sure there's something attached to me all the time. Seriously,
Pam seems to think there is.
Pam tells me there's something attached to you. I'm sure there is. I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, I felt like
See, I'm different
Halloween
than other
were
people.
okay.
A
It
lot
was
of people
not
like
long
attachment.
after Halloween.
If I have an attachment to me, I'd rather keep it with me and instead of it making it go to someone else. Like if it left me, where's it going to go?
Yeah.
So to me, being on the other side and coming back, I'd rather control it and keep it than to let it go and hop into someone else. That's how I look at things now. So it's not doing nothing but Pam and I have little arguments here and there. But otherwise,
Messing with your CPAP. Like, what if it gets stronger? Like, that's not, See, now that to me sounds very like negative possession.
yeah, I'm sure it is, but why release it where it could go somewhere else?
Yeah. Do you like it?
I'm like the collector. I'd
Does it
rather
become your
collect.
friend?
Ain't gonna go nowhere if I hold on to them, right? That's how I look at it. Where are they
No,
gonna go?
we did. Was it Halloween? Some weekend around Halloween in the fall, there was a team there, and we did a human pendulum. I don't know if you were there, Jim, for that.
Yeah.
The human pendulum.
You did it down in
And
the
I think,
basement,
like,
didn't you?
ever since then, the energy's really been different in that basement.
Yeah, that's what I thought you did in the basement.
Yeah, so I feel like maybe something opened things up there because I felt like Ira were like directly tried to communicate to me because I was at one point that human pendulum and I said nope, can't, gotta go, I got to get out of here. I had to go outside. I felt sick. So I don't know. I really do think it has something to do with Ira and Eleanor. Like I think.
Andy says, can't you banish it from existing?
I don't know. Never tried.
Yeah, that's more of a.
It's not my specialty. My specialty is to hold them, not let them out.
It's probably
Come
more.
on, Chuckles. You gotta get down, buddy.
He's just got a collection. I know what you do. You put them all in the dolls, don't you?
No, I just hold them in me. That's all.
Under the front porch.
My dolls are not vicious.
No.
He's sneaking his way across. Like he's trying to get on camera. It's his hour, he figures.
Oh, look at him. What are
He's
you
trying to
doing,
Jim.
Chucky?
Sneaking over to
I
Kevin.
guess you're not fired.
He had to come give kisses.
I'll get a raise.
He's just stealing the show. He's like, now he's going to talk into the mic. No, like I said, I'd rather hold on to them and then to release them. Someone comes in. I had a lot of people, like when we were over in our store in Gettysburg, I had people saying, oh, you got an attachment. I want to sage you. I want to sage you. And they saged me. Didn't seem to work.
I don't think like sage isn't going to do it.
Yeah. So
I'm a Native American background. Sage is actually calls in spirit guides. Like that's you use that during ritual to call in spirit guides to assist you.
And being in the field for 2 years now, 2
years?
2 years. I think
years.
that's 2 years. I've been there for 2 years. So I think
I smell popcorn.
I probably did pick up something on the way of all the places I've been to. So
You gotta figure.
I have my
Do you think it's connected to the Euler house? How you say
No.
it?
not at all.
Okay.
Not at all. I love that place over there. That place is awesome. If anyone can get in there, actually, it's right down the street. It's the Historical Society of Waynesboro.
I want to
And
get
that
in there.
place-
I haven't been in yet.
That
Yeah,
place is awesome.
We're gonna. I thought Pam said we're gonna set up.
We're gonna have an investigation up there
Yeah.
soon. Yeah, so we'll be doing. We'll announce the date for that.
Yeah.
But that place, we're gonna be doing Monterey Pass too.
There's a that girl in their group that works with our vet. They love. They've been here. They've been to our house. They love the our house. They tend to get a lot more.
Yeah. Yeah, Jim gets full sentences when he walks in the parlor of the Aller House. There's like a red couch you sit on, and he'll sit there, and I guess that's one of his favorite spots when he's up there. And he'll get them. I went over there during the holidays, and when was that EVP guy there? I said, "Oh yeah, Merry Christmas" or something like that. Happy holidays. And he said, "Thank you." That's what he said. He said, "Thank you back." Yeah.
Well, you and Jack were walking up there, and you had the footsteps following you up the
Yeah, that was really weird too. Yeah, we had footsteps. We can hear following us all through the building. We had that with Eric, and Eric and I were filming over there at the Aller House, and we can actually hear the footsteps walking around up the stairs. If Eric's still on here, he'll verify that. We are still working on getting Out in the Dark episodes out. I have slacked off a little bit, so it's my fault in a way, but they'll be coming out shortly.
Well,
But
you
there
got
is with the Aller House. Yeah, Aller House. Well, we got right now. There's so much going on with the Bash. The Bash has grown even bigger than I ever expected to grow.
I know, Mechanical Bull. I can't wait.
I wanted more. I wanted a family atmosphere. See,
Yeah.
a lot of the paranormal cons. We're not a con. We're a bash. There's a difference. We're full 501c3 charity. That money doesn't go in our pockets. It goes to the veterans and the kids with cancer. So it takes a whole year to get this thing going. Get it going again every year. As soon as we stop, Pam and I are right back on the next day, building for next year. It's we keep expanding it, and I am a little nervous this year. I gotta say, there's like the complex is different. When you're used to doing that one complex, one venue, it comes to you like bam, 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 bam. But we do have an excellent person over there at the complex, Angie, which is working great. I mean, thank God, she's awesome. Working with Angie over there. She's the one that says, "Calm down. It's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be perfect." But it's so big. It's where do I place things, And then since for Christmas, I think I need more Christmas lights now because this place is huge. So there's a lot of stuff that we're doing, but it's coming together. It's coming together really nice. Nothing major. Dylan, you guys seen Dylan? I put a video up for Dylan. Dylan has cerebral palsy. Dylan's working with us. He has his own business with water slides, the big blow up bouncy houses and all that. And he has a mechanical bull, and he has the wrecking ball we'll have there. And we got together and we came up with a plan to bring that more of a family event. Because when I was with Batman comes every year. Everyone knows John. He comes there and he says, "No, how can we make this more to where it's just not paranormal investigators coming? It's a family event for townspeople can come and the kids can enjoy themselves." And that's what I want to do. Because a lot of cons you go to, you think about it. You go there, you see the stars, you get the autographs, you listen to lectures, you go through vendors, you leave. There's really nothing active for you to do besides walk around. And this is what I want to change that aspect at the Bash, is there's always something going on that you can do. Go listen to a lecture, go watch a wrestling event, go in a wrecking ball, go in a mechanical bull, go to do karaoke. I want everything that's something constantly going on. Keeps it busy. Yeah, check out.
I'm a little worried about Jim. Jim, are you all right?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay, hon.
Okay. I'm just watching him over there. You might just be sleepy. I get that point
Yeah,
too. so.
no, actually, I'm very awake.
No, when he closes his eyes, he's concentrating.
Yeah, I'm well rested. Seriously, it's just I feel like I'm under a heat lamp.
Yeah, in a heat lamp. I was freezing last night. He's in a heat lamp. Weird things happening here lately. But
So, guys, I do have to go get my daughter. Is there any other questions about that? Like, I'm sorry, I can only pop on for a few minutes, but
No, that's fine.
That's good.
We only got about 5 minutes left in the show anyway.
okay.
But we figured it was a lot easier for you to just pop and explain those things than for us to try and fumble through it.
It
Yeah.
is, and it would have been a lot easier than typing. I started typing it, but I was like,
And thanks for coming down this weekend. It was really nice having everyone together and all the.
All right, well, hold on. We got a quick question here. What?
Can someone other than a demonologist or priest get rid of an evil entity?
you want me to answer that question?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
out
go
of my
for it.
pay league.
So I am going to say it depends on your spirituality. Like there are, if in the Wiccan religion, there's high priestess and priest, and in druid, like a high druid, anybody like that has that ordained spiritual connection with whatever their spiritual belief is can get rid of. They wouldn't call it a demon. They would call it more of a negative entity. I feel like if it's something that's so ingrained and attached in you, you do need someone who's kind of been ordained or blessed or something to their spiritual power. So I do feel like it depends on. I would say yes, it needs to be a demonologist or a priest, based on my religion, but I think that's based on the religion. But you need to higher up in your religion. Yes.
I ever get them, you better get both.
Oh, that's what I was just going to say. Is there really that many people getting demonic possessions besides TV shows?
No.
Honestly, because I've done this for so many years, I've never ran into anything demonic.
You bring up an interesting thing there. Looking like the Catholic Church, for instance, here stateside. If I this is a number of years ago, I was reading a report. They may have like 8 to 12 exorcisms or priesthood involvements a year throughout the whole United States.
Mhm.
Italy, they might have 3,000. What's going on?
Uh-huh.
All the demons aren't living in Italy,
Right.
you know. So it's really, if you look at like say an organized church, and I've been told that all Christian churches have a team of specialized priesthood to deal with that exact thing. You know, call them exorcism teams or whatever.
Mhm.
But if you look country to country, it varies enormously. South America, it's very high, like in Brazil, which is a very predominantly Catholic country. They might do 500 a year.
So are we just not noticing them? You know, here in the United States. Yeah.
Right.
Or
Right.
how many in Italy are getting diagnosed as a spiritual possession when they're actually mental illness?
By the way, Stacy, whatever was here finally left. It's gone. Whatever.
That's good. Yeah. You
Yeah.
you look different. You look different. I
Yeah.
think something's trying to communicate. I really do. I think we need to do another table tipping or something, maybe even a seance, and like try to really talk to whatever's there.
Yeah, it definitely left.
Mhm.
Well, thank you, Stacy.
Thank
We'll let you
Thank you.
dip out and go get your daughter. And thank you so much for popping in.
All right. Thanks for having me, guys. Love you all.
Take care.
All right, and with that, we are almost at the end of our show. So, one quick thing: Pam did put in June 8th. They can do the Oler House.
June 8th. So
Oh, okay. I'll mark it down.
mark that
Is
on.
that a Saturday?
I'm not sure. I would
Okay.
assume so.
If I don't know if there's any rooms left at the Eisenhower, so the number I think is scrolling at the bottom still. Is that down on the bottom? Or is it
I
scrolling down there
can-
tonight? You need to, if you need a room
That
for
was
the
Pam.
bash, I advise you to call the Eisenhower number. You can look it up, Google it. It'll pop up if it's not scrolling on the screen. And that's the only way you can get a room now. The link is down because they sold everything out, but there might be 1 or 2
There are
rooms left.
10 left.
10 left. Pam just told us there's 10 rooms left. Guys, that's not a lot. If you're going to wait to the last second, you're going to be at the Colton or you're going to be somewhere in Gettysburg,
Yeah.
but you won't be at the event. So there's 10 rooms left. Grab them while they're there.
Trust me when I tell you.
You don't get billed. Oh, there's a number. Pam just put the number up. They don't charge you for it until you get there. So it'll take your card information, but they're not going to charge you.
Right.
So
And here's the thing: if you're planning on being there for the whole 3-day event, you want to be at the Eisenhower. You
Right.
don't want to have to be driving back and forth.
And the link for the VIP party is up. Tickets are $85 a person. The whole menu of the food. You do get a nice, good Italian dinner with it. It's a lot cheaper than a lot of the places.
Wait.
But get your tickets now. You hit on the link. You can send your payment through Venmo or Cash App, or you can do PayPal, I believe, if I'm correct. But right now, there's 2 links up, which are Venmo and Cash App.
All right.
Just click on that Q code, and you can get your tickets that way.
All right. And with that,
And your receipt, your ticket. So plus
we
we'll have a
are
list.
at the end of our show. So, what do you think we should talk about next week?
We're gonna have a guest on next week.
Okay.
I will announce it. Look for it on Facebook. I will, when we book the next show, I will add during the week that person. I just gotta make sure they're available. So
And thanks, Jim, for coming on. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much, sir.
I'll announce who that guest is,
All right.
because I don't want to announce them now and then they say they can't make it.
And until then, we will see you next week. Stay safe, stay alert.
And
Always
thank
have
a
your
vet.
recorder on.
Always pray and thank our veterans, please.
Absolutely. And we will see you next Wednesday at 7.
Have a good one, guys.
Yeah, that sun was busting my ass. I mean, I'm all sweaty and crap.